Greetings everyone, and Grat here with another Advanced Wars Days Ruin Tiny Wars replay. Spawn on the left side is the red Grat, we got large_nuggets. Spawn on the bottom right side is the blue Greyfield, got Slacvodan. Though did say left and right, or top and bottom, but it's also a bit like the, what's it called, Caustic Final, where you got stuff in between as well. Primarily basically take time to catch a seaport. This appears to be well, it is a naval map. Good number of seaports. I have no idea how this is going to go. Got a pair of comm towers over here. Cities up north, cities in the center. And additionally, something I would point out as well, when it comes to seaports, there's only one tile that's blue water to exit, while all the others are shore. These ones, there's blue water here, so you can exit throughout this way, while this is shores here, so can't exit out through that way. Or got temporary ports outside of the potential seaport you could capture. I have no idea how this is going to go, so let's go. Talk the COs. Grat is, of course, a custom CO. Standard boarding cost 0 raise 20, 50, 50. All units get plus 10, plus 10. Our COs, all units in our CO zone get plus 1 max range if they start their turn there. When it comes to our superpower, plus 2 max range for all units. Greyfield, of course, has been buffed from the cartridge counterpart. 30% burning cost of 3, 30, 60, 60. All units get plus 10, plus 10. Naval units, seaplanes, and battlecopters get plus 10, plus 40% offense. So he loads himself a naval unit, he will get plus 50% offense. Or in a battlecopter, you get weight and level defense to your battlecopters. For his superpower, there's a big part where he got buffed. Of course, still applies a plus 10, plus 10, and recovers all fuel, ammo, and materials. For all units, naval units get plus 10, plus 40. Temporary reports and temporary seaports can deploy unweighted units, including seaplanes. So let's get started. This is a naval fog of war map. I have no idea how this is going to go. Oh, that temporary seaport provides a lot of vision range. Did temporary structures like that used to provide that much range? I thought they were pretty blind, but I guess temporary seaports see quite a distance. Excuse me. It's probably going to be a lot of gunboat play. The small enclave islands are probably going to be captured first. One seaport, though it does have temporary seaport there. Temporary seaports do provide hiding for naval units as well as ground units. With a couple of cities there, so artillery could be a good way to help cover this inlet. But I think a lander with a ground invasion here wouldn't be half bad. With one base here, can be overwhelmed by, one base. It's all one base. We do have an artillery piece there, which can show the base there. It's also not hiding, so you may want to get on top of this forest. Does not move top forest. Got another artillery and gunboat. This is interesting. A lot of oh, battleship. Wait, is this some sort of increased funding map? I have not been paying attention to the monies. But that's a very early battleship, so blue may have saved a lot of money, so red didn't go for a large number of artillery. Just gotta keep an eye on a capture. Got one capture right now, 12,000. Nukes that unit there. Listen, nope. He saved up his funds, sealed a battleship, and now we got a flagship by Greyfield already. And this temporary seaport is going to be a good spot to push from. We do have a bit of a naval landing there. It does have multiple infantry units nearby. I don't think artillery was a good idea. This needs a full lander to get it moving, and that's not providing good coverage there. It also captured there. There's a good number of infantry on the here. A simple recon would be enough to intercept. Got a simple recon up here. Does go for recon there. Very nice. Does provide some coverage, but not a whole lot. Does get trapped there. Got flare and a loaded gunboat. Recon does not spot the flagship at the moment. It's in the sea reef, but it is in range of that same flagship as well. Might as well show the recon, I would say. Nukes that recon there. It's that infantry quite a bit. And that one as well did enter a forest, but was safe enough there. Goes for an artillery piece up there. And gunboats are blocking there. Artillery can easily displace that. And this recon does get showed by the artillery pieces, so it was useful, but it was a very late start there. Red is right now just storming this island with infantry. Maybe more recons could be quite nice. May set up the artillery to shell some infantry, but will be in range of said infantry. Loads of 1 health infantry inside the gunboat. Don't think that's a good idea. Recon needs to take out the 1 health infantry in there. Shells the recon there. Looks like the flare is in range of that base. Recon there. Artillery technically will be in range of infantry. The gunboat just needs to get off of it. Another recon up here. Gunboat strikes gunboat. Takes out the gunboat there, but of course both of those gunboats are out of ammo, and the flagship will get some good power charge going. Decides to capture both properties, shell this one, and finish off this one. This has 15 capture progress remaining. Strikes that infantry unit there, takes out that infantry unit there, hits that infantry unit. Recon takes out that capturing infantry unit there, flare over here, drops off infantry. Gunboat strikes gunboat, gunboat strikes gunboat. All the gunboats are out of ammos. My apologies for my drink open up. Grat's not load up a unit into a CO unit. Merges the gunboats together. Protocol, I cut them separate. Then have the one fire, then merge with the other one to get some ammo replenished and both some health. We have our tank here. We'll attack that gunboat there. Drops some infantry unit there. Takes out that unit there. Does strike the tank. Artillery strikes mech. Finish off mech. Finish off infantry. It's infantry. Goes for infantry unit there. See, infantry, flare. Just see a lot of gunboats. This gunboat could actually be knocked out. Does take out the gunboat loaded with infantry unit there. You gotta be careful when pushing for the gunboat loaded something. You just want to make sure it doesn't die. And in that case, it was not successful of not dying. Artillery piece on the field. Battleships are getting low on ammo. 2 ammo remaining. A lander mech. Recon hits infantry unit there. Does take out infantry unit there with the infantry unit. It's the... Can employ something out from the at the seaport. There's a lot of free shots there. Goes for gunboat, gunboat. Maybe he needs to start going eyeing for a lander down here or over here. Save 5,000 monies. Maybe eyeing for a battleship in this region. There are no airports on this map, so seaplanes are only air units. And Greyfield can always go for a temporary airport and ambush spawn seaplanes. Though there could be arguments for other units, like battlecopters. Actually, battlecopters wouldn't be half bad. They're able to hit everything. Battleship could be shelled by this artillery piece. Not sure if this battleship can one-shot artillery. It's pretty close there. But needs to... It has 1 ammo remaining, so may want to start finding an area where it can resupply either way. Does spot the artillery up there. Greyfields now has a superpower available. Does get trapped there. It does manage to capture this seaport as well. Tank there. If the battleship, the flagship, makes its way to the seaport, then they can start shelling everything nearby. This could be a great spot for a aircraft carrier. Interrupts the capture. Grat's medium tank with that CO'd. Flagship needs to get back to port. It's out of ammo as well. Grat is still advancing with infantry all across the line. Artillery is of course not spotted. Actually low on ammo as well, surprisingly. It's the artillery. Somehow the infantry unit did not put any damage to the artillery, surprisingly enough. 16,000 for 21,000. Grat's done a good job catching islands. Now, Greyfield can start capturing some of these islands up here to get that income. Double battleship here. Starting to get a fleet of them. The gunboat does get on top of the port there. Mech is a little bit outgunned. The tank can hit the artillery and then put a recon there. Does get trapped there. Wait. Oh, I was wondering how that got trapped. He was trying to dismount an infantry gun and that's what got trapped. I was a bit confused at first, like, wait, how did that get trapped? That's his own gunboat. But the dismount got trapped. Goes for a regular tank up there. Gets a shot there. And thing as well, in order to dismount this infantry unit there, he can block it right there, and then you have to delete the other gunboat to dismount the infantry unit there. Yep. Now, in order to dismount his infantry, he has to delete this gunboat. Wait, no. The gunboat could just simply go up north. There's that shore there. Never mind, it's not trapped. But it would exfiltrate the temporary seaport there so you can pull out a ship. Or just dismount it immediately like that. Never mind. So a 3 health gunboat there can easily be displaced by a tank and then you can pop in superpower and start going for some stuff. Strikes the rocket and artillery there. Takes out that infantry unit there. I think he needs to get a battleship over here or something. Another gunboat that just watches occupy spot and recon there. Not sure how feasible it is for Blue to get a temporary airport up here, but an ambush spawn of battlecopters could be very nice. Rocket does strike the flagship for 1 point of damage. Blair's constantly firing away there. Lots of picks up there. Infantry. Takes up the rocket, takes up the artillery. Starting to flip some of these central islands. Very nice. This one is occupied slightly. Does get trapped there. Gunboat has ammo, just low in fuel. Lots of mechs there. Infantry will be a good counter. The problem is it's just one base versus these tide of mechs coming from 2 bases. $26,000. It looks like, oh, I just realized something as well. Grat actually managed to capture both comm towers down here. This infantry unit can intercept, though. $32,000. She may be going for something expensive this turn. Does get trapped. This gunboat here may trap something. Just as I thought. Dismounts the mech there, rather than trying to pick off that gunboat. Interrupts that capture. Frees the base there, goes for a tank. More mechs. And hits that infantry unit there. A lot of veteran forces up here. This gunboat can take a free shot there. This gunboat has no ammo. Might as well go for that shot. Yes, he does. Let's see, infantry. Saves up 5,000 funds. do have a cruiser now in the field, which is good at spotting and, of course, taking out aircraft. Can take out subs, but there haven't been any. We've got a couple more gunboats, more infantry, more mechs. Gunboat strikes the cruiser. Took more damage in return, though. But probably cost effective. Some of these ships over here are starting to run low on ammo. Flagship's down to 1 ammo. This battleship's actually down to 0 ammo. There's a tank there. This tank will have to interrupt one of these captures, but looks like blue will be capturing this island. Red is still having trouble maintaining this, or even capturing this island. A lot of veteran infantry forces. Interrupts that unit there and there. A joint capture between the two is probably going to be in order, but... And also... Two of these ships are actually out of ammo. Only one ship has ammo remaining. So maybe need a machine gun down the tank. It's that gunboat there. Since infantry unit up north only captures one property there. Strikes the cruiser again. Cruiser slowly being knocked out. This battleship's out of ammo along the flagship. Gets trapped there. Mech, infantry, gunboat, cruiser. Pop superpower. Let's keep an eye on any ambush spawns. Of course, he is now plus 20, plus 50 global, so his ships are going to be quite resilient. Seaport is reoccupied. I'm pretty sure the ambush spawns only apply to temporary seaports. Yep, lander does not get automatically built there, so just pretty much just a naval play. Let's look at the mech there. Ends turn of 184 versus 57. Grat's getting very far behind. Income is right now 19 for 20,000. Grat's hardly used any CO unit capability. That may have been one of her issues, but this is not really a map for her. Her ability to increase the range of units, including direct units. Ooh, gets trapped there. It doesn't really matter too much with battleships, since they can move and shoot on the same turn. It's really not that important for battleships. And gunboats only have one shot, so that's not exactly great. She would have to go for an early submarine and start picking off ships of, stealthily just start taking out ships. But that simply did not happen in this case. Yeah, she probably should have gone for a submarine. How much do submarines cost? 20,000. I think that's still, or yeah, I think that's still the same as previous game. So they're not cheap. A good number of these gunboats are actually out of ammo. Granted, Greyfield superpower can resupply it, but he's currently 60 energies away from getting a superpower, so not going to happen. He has 3 energy there, and another 9 energy there. Now we've got a battleship over here as well. I have a feeling the game is pretty much set for Greyfield. He's capturing more properties. Now he's able to capture column towers down south, something that Grat was using quite nicely. I don't think Grat's mech spam was very successful up here. Greyfield countered the mechs with infantry, which is great. A lot of Greyfield ships are getting low on ammo once again. He actually needs a superpower just for the resupply. Way to buff Greyfield. You give him a cheap power just to resupply materials, ammo, fuel to everything. And provide maybe at most +10/+10 global. But even that, maybe not. Call it naval logistics. I actually don't know the name of the powers and superpowers of all the COs on top of my head. Even the base game. Does spot the gunboat there. The gunboat's now locked into the harbor. Of course, artillery is nearby to open it up a little bit. Grat should seal her sub. Did not seal the sub. Of course, Greyfield does not have any cruisers on the field for... No, he does have a cruiser now. But you can just throw gunboats there to stop the sub from escaping. Rocket on the field help lock the northern sectors down. COs the submarine now can actually one-shot 3-starred gunboats. Probably a good idea for Grat to send her submarine to shoot that cruiser at max range. Greyfield does have enough stars for superpower and does confer an airfield. Only 1 point of damage though. I forgot they made the rock, paper, scissors counter system on naval much more stiff. Pop superpower. Built something. What it was, I'm not sure. Does not take the gunboat because of extra defense. Looks like carriers are starting to be loaded with seaplanes. Of course, Greyfield has his own submarine. I think he's... Oh, drops the infantry unit recon there. I thought he was going to try to bait the submarine forward to hit another target from this port there, causing it to run into this sub. Got a war tank now pulling the field. Seaplane going to be surrounding the war tank, or just already taking it out. Going to move the battleship forward to get some CO power there. Oh well. But the lander could pull back in order to trap the submarine forward. Since Grat has not seen that blue submarine. Because it's not a yellow submarine. And captures the HQ and ends the game. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.